What's good, y'all? You know who it is. It's your boy, Big Tank Hank, coming at you with another live stream. And tonight, we got my favorite breeder. I said it. I call him a master breeder. He's a humble guy. He's not gonna say he's a master breeder. And nobody else has to say it. But I will give credit where credit is due. This guy has a magic touch when it comes to breeding fish. None other than George. AQUABALLS. Y'all know who he is. And now I'm about to bring him up. Come on up, sir, and say hello to the people.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. This is George AQUABALLS from Los Angeles. I hope you're all doing good tonight. We're joining with um, Big Tank Hank.
All right, all right, all right. Hey, who we got in the stream so far? Detroit Shrimp came in. Casual Aquatics. Trevor, what's going on? What's going on? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all like this and share it out. All right. Let me see. We're gonna get a little background on AQUABALLS. For those who don't know him, he's gonna, familiarize you with himself, tell you how he started out, how he got into the hobby, and what he's got going on right now. Take it away, George.
Yeah, guys. So AQUABALLS George came from Lebanon. Uh, in 2001, I came to Los Angeles and I started working here and got married and on and on. I have children with muscular dystrophy. Two boys. One is 11 years old. One is 3 years old. So that's why kind of I had to quit the job and I had to say, hey, I'm picking up a hobby so I don't go crazy. And the best thing was brought me back to my favorite hobby is, from back in the childhood, mom and dad took us a lot outdoors. We were out close to the river. We had a house, a cabin up at a mountain, very next to the river. I was close to the nature, so I kind of attached to the hobby since the childhood. I had tanks when I was kid. I always was fascinated when I seen fish. I love fish. So that's it, pretty much.
Most definitely. We got some more people that rolled in. Deborah, Dee Dee's finned in. J Rock does stuff. Bo Tanks. What's going on? Trevor Gregory. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all. So, Mr. AQUABALLS, I'll start off with what is your favorite type of fish? Uh, whether you have them in your fish room or not. Like, what is your favorite type of fish?
At this moment, I like Tanzanican species of almost every one of them, but mostly the calm species, the ones that they don't attack each other. They get along with other ones. Like Frantosas can be one of them. They only mess with their own species, kind of. So I like the Tanzanican cichlids a lot. So the ones
Okay.
I'm right now trying to get, I was telling you earlier, uh, one species called Benetichromis horii from Lake Tanganyika. Those are very beautiful species. They get 10-inch long. They are from a deep water. They used to be in danger. They're not anymore. Uh, they used to be like overfished. They're so pretty. So because they're a lot in the deep, it's not easy to go diving to catch them. They usually fish them out with a little nets and stuff. So and it's pricey, guys.
Pricey? What how pricey is that?
The prices go up to like hundreds of like if you find them 150 and up, 160. Some of them less. Some can go down like some species can go down 110. But I've never seen anything less than $110, $120.
Yeah, that's very pricey.
Yep,
Hey, tell the people, as a matter of fact, tell them the name of the fish and I'm gonna show it to them.
it is called Benetichromis horii. So there is always the same species, different locations of the lake, of course.
It's a beautiful fish, beautiful fish. And the colors, man, those blues and reds and look like purples on some of them.
Yellow right here. Also, you can put them with like other scent sifters, which I'm gonna definitely do a big tank for those guys. They grow 10 inches long. They need to be in 10 minimum tank. 120 is better. 6 foot tank is better. So I'm planning on putting them in a 6 foot tank.
Okay, okay. Who we got? Leah Jet, hello, hello. Melvin's Reed, Patty. What's going on? Thank y'all for coming in. Endless Outdoors. What's happening? What's happening? All right, some of y'all, if you saw the advertisement, you saw that I called George, and I said at the beginning of this, a master breeder. I call him that because that's the way I see
I'm not a
him.
master. I,
Hey,
I
and the reason, hey, you're a humble guy, George, but I'm gonna give you your flowers, man, while you're here. Reason I say that, I mean, there's so many of us, in the fish tube. We want to breed fish. We try this, we try that. Patience gets in the way. All kinds of things get in the way, and we drop the ball, man. But you have had so much success, at doing it. I mean, none of us are perfect at anything, but you have had so much success at doing it. I mean, man, it's to be commended. You know what I'm saying? It's to be commended.
I really love the hobby. I do research before I jump in there. I see the requirements of the necessary, for the best requirements for the fish, and then that's how I'm kind of learn the best way to get on going. Like the most recent species that I purchased that I'm really happy and I'm breeding them. Those are the apistogrammas from redfish, bluefish. Jason, I got them from him. Uh, I got 5 different species, 3 so far bred for me.
Okay,
And
okay.
I did the right thing. I throw them in the right environment. The ones that I haven't bred, they're not in the right environment. I tell you the truth.
Gotcha, gotcha. So which particular strains of pistos are
So I picked up they call it Inca 50, and then there was another one called Agazizia Super Red. Also another one called Trifasciata. I picked up the Nana Akara Adokora, and then I picked up another one called wait a minute, that one is the Ninjinsen. Ninjinsen, Nitsanai, something like that. So it's called Panda Apistogramma. Very gorgeous. Those ones bred for me. Trifasciata bred. And there's another one I have, so the Nana Akara bred too, but I haven't got tri from them yet. Twice they bred.
okay, okay. So do you sell them to uh your fish stores, sell them to hobbyists? Do you just disperse them throughout the fish fam? I mean, how do you like to do when you breed your fish?
My preferred way is to sell it to the hobby, but it's not always possible, because you get end up with a lot and you can't just like, hey, I got all this, you guys gonna have it all at once. No, I can't do that. So I have to take it to the LFS. So if I have overloads and I'm not being able to sell, like right now, I had a lot of those Neolamprologus caropunctaris. They're red fin on top. They're white, beautiful white, gorgeous fish with blue eye with red on top. You can't get any better. I had hundreds. I sold a lot to the hobby. I sold a lot and I still have like 50 of them. So it's like I'm like magic tank. I keep taking them out, not
And they
finishing, bro.
keep showing back up.
I'm like, what's going on with this fish? They're,
Oh,
they breed in hundreds. I really enjoy them. When you have a lot together, less aggression. But if you want to breed them, the best thing is to get a male and female. Very easy to tell. But those guys are not peaceful. They are called Neolamprologus caropunctaris for a reason. They're punks, literally. They beat other fish. They can get to frontosas. They can hit like bigger fish. They can fight with them and have big problems. So I prefer the breeding species tank, unless, let's say, Cypicromis leptosoma with shell dwellers, like those my other ones that I like a lot. They call them Alto Lamprologus, Calvis, and Compressicep. So those ones I breed also. I enjoy that. That's like literally my favorite fish. I will never have those. I will always have them. I'm gonna get the wild ones, bring it into my fish room. In the future, I will have F1s always. So
I really like Calvis, the black Calvis, white Calvis.
I am gonna do it the right way, buddy. I've seen a lot of deformed fish out there. The reason I think because people buy, let's say, F1s, they keep that, and then after 5, 6 breeding, those get tired. You have to retire them, sell them. That's it for a show. And tell the person that this pair you can't breed. That's it. It's gone. That's what's happening with my fish too. I realize those cichlids they get tired for some reason. After 3, 4 batches, their babies become deformed. It's the same pairing too, by the way. That's saved from the wild. It's happening. I have that happen. I was like, why is this happening? It's not the water. Water always the same. It's just it happens. You gotta keep bringing new line in. That's the key. Always spend the money. I want to sell the fish, get the money back, and spend into a new fish, new line.
Okay. Susan, hello.
Thank you.
Danikin, what's going on? What's going on?
You got coffee.
Yeah, hey.
The magic hand just gave me some coffee. My lovely wife, Marie. It's because of her I am actually into the hobby. Also, she is very big supporter of the hobby, as you saw. Huh?
Yep.
She just went to the LFS, got some cricket, brought some blackworms, got me coral. She brought me some salt. We're doing salt water for her birthday. I'm gonna set up a 35, 36 gallon bowl front. So we buying, pieces slowly. Salt water is expensive. Yeah, I got some salt.
Yeah. How can we drink it this late? Hey, it's just the holdover.
Oh, it's actually early for me for drinking coffee. It's only almost 9 o'clock, 8:30 something. I drink coffee at 1 o'clock in the morning.
My wife can drink coffee and the caffeine has zero effect. She will wake up in the middle of the night, make coffee, and if she happen to stir and it wakes me up, I get some with her. She'll make it, drink it, go right back to sleep, and I'm up like this. Guess I go to the fish room and do something, but she's going right back to sleep. I just like the coffee.
It actually doesn't affect me either. I just drink it so it coats my throat. It's something hot. I tried tea. I feel like I don't know. I have to cook it, the tea, and put the tea bag in, put sugar and shake it, and too much work.
I just drink it black. And you know what? My job, a few jobs that I've had kind of put me in that position. I did club security. I had my own club security company. I've worked in penal institutions a long time, and I worked mostly night shifts. So after a while, I got to where that's just what I did. I drank coffee because it's easier for me to be up, during the night. You know.
I did auto club for 17 years. Also worked for a towing company in the city of LA as a like what is it called? No, it's that freeway stuff. They call Metro Freeway Service Patrol. So I did that for a few years and then I retired. 2017 was it 2016? I retired. 17. Yeah. So since then I got into the fish, guys.
Into the fish, hard and heavy. So what's in the tanks behind you there?
So I got 20 gallons. Those are mostly angelfish babies. Some adults. So I purchased some avatar angels from Dan's Fish. Those are really blue, nice colors. And I bred them, got babies from them. And then I got some Alto Lamprologes. What is that called? The orange ones. They're actually called Mandarin. So I bred those. I have a lot of babies of them. I bred those here. I got Philippine Blue Angels. There's some sunfish in there I bred. Those are the Everglade eyes. I have Okefenokee and Everglade eyes sunfish I bred. There's so much. If I tell you how much fish I have bred over here, I bred Celestial Pearl Daniels, Pseudomigo luminares. Those are the blue eyes. Uh, Also, I bred some white with blue rice fish. I bred some angels, Cypachromus daptosoma. What else? Geophagus bolzani. That's really one of my favorite Geophagus. I bred it after like a week. Had a babies from him. I'm growing them up. Apistogrammas I bred, but I'm still new into the apistogrammas. So I guess what we have to do is when they breed, take the mom and dad out and raise the babies yourself. Or if you can catch the babies safely and raise them up, take them out of the tank so they can go back and breed. But I didn't do that. I let them in there. They're raising the babies, but there's not a whole lot. It's like first time breeding them, and there's like maybe five, six on each tank. One tank has like 10 of them in there. The parents are raising them, and they're pretty nice and big. So I want to see into what size they will let them go, and I'll pick them out of there.
So how many betters you I mean when you went on a spree of better breeding, how many betters you still got?
Bro, yeah, the betas I didn't even mention. I had bred alien betas, I bred long tail betas, half moon betas, plakat betas. I mm, Last year about five betas to six betas. This year only did three beta breeding. I only have like four batches I'm raising right now, and I stopped breeding them because you get overwhelmed with too many fish and you don't have tanks. You get in big trouble. So I take some out. I just recently LFS gave me good money for them, but I tell you, it was 80 fish total. There were 30 Celestial Pearl Daniels, and there was 10 of those Catopunctaras. Also another like 40. Oh yeah, killifish called Pandara Pancha Carnarize. Those are the blue ones. Very gorgeous. I'm breeding those too. Very easy. They're super exciting. I love killifish. I like the little ones like those. You know. So
Yeah, I really
and
like
some
killie
of them.
fish. I have killie, I have that tank right there. I have golden wonder killies right there over my shoulder.
Nice, nice. They jump. One major flaw, I leave all my tanks open. So I figured out the best thing is for the killifish on the 20-gallon, give them 15. So don't fill up that last 5-gallon, buddy, or else. And put something if you can. It's the best. I mean, they're gonna jump. The smallest little tiny little hole.
Yep. I got this glass running all the way to the back. Yeah, I lost. I would. I've been trying to breed golden wonders for a while. I'd get some fry, and I'd lose a parent. Like, whoop, just come out of the tank. Whoop. I mean, I don't care what I do. I would lose one of the breeding pair, and then I left them alone for a while. I got this breeding pair back here, and I don't know. I got some mouse in there with them to see if they put some more eggs in the mouse and see where we go. But yeah, this particular tank here, I have the top sealed pretty good. So I hope I can hold on to them this go around. So
Look,
what's your
I don't know if I should talk about this, but right now I did a biggest mistake we should never do. I didn't quarantine a fish, and when I found out, it was a little late, and I kind of did a damage on a couple of my tanks. So now I'm gonna be careful, be a responsible fish keeper. So I lost like a lot of fish, over 10, 15. Some big, some small. The wife just took a dead fish out of the tank, guys. Right now, she's like, and those are like tetras. It could have died because it's old. I have them for a few years, but the glow light tetra, I don't know how long they live. They were big, really big. So I lost some of those. I lost couple angelfish, few rainbows. Yeah, yesterday I lost a big, nice rainbow fish. So it's kind of like I got a bacterial infection or some kind of a viral disease. I'm attacking it with medication. I did a mistake taking one fish out of it. I thought it was a lot of fish. That's why they're dying. Taking one fish from one tank, putting it in another. So that should have treated that whole tank as a quarantine tank when the fish started dying. Taking it to a quarantine tank instead of. So I did a mistake. I'm paying for it. I learned not to do that again. So next 2 months, I'm not gonna have anything coming in. If anything comes in, they have to have their own spot, of course, and gotta be careful next time. Never to do this. Thank God the damage is not too big, but it could have been a lot worse if I would have not caught it run on time. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the hardest thing in the fish hobby, man, to do, not to physically do, but just like mentally, especially, you get so many fish, you just love it. You get a new fish, you're excited. The hardest thing is to stay on the quarantine train. Oh
That
man,
is very hard. And
it's so hard. Ooh.
it's like this. When you're driving a car, you get used to it after 5, 10 years later. You drive with your eyes closed, bro. So one day you think you're okay and you're passing something, you get into an accident. Like, oh, what did I do? You know, yeah, it's the same thing. So
Yeah,
I did a
yeah.
big boo boo. I admit it. At least it's my fault, and I caught it. And so now I know. Okay, this hose don't go with this tanks. This bucket stays with this tank, and I'll be careful. That so everything on the wall is good. I only infected my three biggest tanks, which is the 120 gallon, 110 gallon, 185 gallon, and then that's it. They're in the middle. I'm not touching them. Their water changes will be done carefully. The buckets separate, the hose separate. No net's gonna go in there. And for the next month and a half, I'm gonna make sure there's nothing dying. And once everything is good, I'm actually gonna empty all three other tanks, guys, and redo it all from the beginning. I'm doing something crazy on those things. All three different new. Always gonna do something new in the hobby so it won't get boring. I started in this hobby. I figured out if okay, let's say I have the angels I want, I got the cichlids I want. There's nothing else I can, get interested about it in the hobby. It gets to a point you get like, is this a hobby or a job? No. So always have something that you really can't get, you want, and you work hard on it to get it. And when you are making to that point to get there, make another point. So after you got to this, you get to that one. So my second point is, let's say, I want to get out of this room. I want to have my own house, and I want to have a whole nice new fish room, 360. I like to do an online business in the future and do it legit. I will show everything to, so share it with the whole entire social media, no problem.
Okay. I was gonna ask you that question. You done beat me to it. Now I gotta think of another one. But your online store, yeah, I was gonna ask you what do you see in the future of what you're doing? Because I mean, it's the natural progression for
It's
as
just like this. When I see somebody's breeding something nice that I really like, and he's a good breeder, I really want that fish from that person because I know he's got healthy stuff, he keeps the good stuff, good stock. That's my point. I want people to learn about the hobby if they want to breed, not the keepers. Okay, there's so many different categories in the fish freshwater. So there's people that just want a one tank, plant it, some fish in it, take out, bring in new. Okay, that's a fish keeper. I used to be a fish keeper, not anymore. I'm a fish breeder now. So I think as a fish breeder, like what can I do better in the hobby to make my life easier in the future, things like that. So the online thingy, I would like to make really good quality stuff. I'm still learning about the shipping. This last shipment I did, I wasn't happy with it. Few of the fish died. It took 4 days instead of 3 days. I should never do that. Should send it the next day shipping, especially those cichlids, the Tanzanians. Some killifish I understand, guppies I understand. They can take it. Betas they can definitely take it. But please throw some leaf in there like the tapa. One of those. Throw a little bit, cut a little piece in there. Throw or Indian almond leaf. Any of those would help. So in case it helps for some
Even with
reason.
even with the cichlids.
Cichlids, not necessary, no, absolutely not. With the cichlids, I'm doing this because everybody, they say this is the way they've been shipping and it's good. So I did the poly filter. There's this poly filter they sell. They're expensive, like $10. It's little envelope.
And
You
you cut the
cut it,
pieces.
yeah, you cut it into pieces. You put it in the bag, and I put like a double bag it. I put oxygen, 20% water.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have a the I went and had boxes, got boxes from my post office, and
Shipping,
I've had those boxes for over a year and hadn't shipped anything. I just couldn't do it. I don't know. I was just afraid of what I sent dying. I just oh man.
the best thing if you want to do is to ship to each other. Let's say you find another fish YouTuber or another fish hobby person, and if they have something that you like, ask them. Say, can I have this? I'll give you whatever you like from my room, or I'll buy it. I'm gonna send you this fish. See if you get there fast, and how because we understand how it is. We're not gonna shame each other, but the customer doesn't understand. A new person that getting in a fish, buying a fish online from a trusty person, if the fish got there all messed up. I heard somebody was talking about if you put fragile on the boxes, post office actually treats it non-fragile, like they
I
shake it on purpose.
hope
So,
not.
so
I hope
sometimes it
not.
happens.
That's correct. And it's individual, it's individual people, but man, I'd hate to think that they would happen. I really would. So, does your wife have any tanks of her own?
The wife is what? Tank
Does she
over
have
her
any
own.
tanks of her own?
In the house, yes, I do have Tanzanican Julida chromis transcriptis bimba. That's her favorite species. She calls them her little submarines. And then also have a 20-gallon long with a lot of baby rainbow shiners that I really, 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 really love a lot. That's native fish that I'm gonna be working hard to producing many of them this following year to share with the hobby. Also, around me, the LFSs, they saw the photos and the videos that I have. They begging me, like, George, please, we'd love to have this. The customers are asking for them. They come and show us photos. Can you get us this? I'm like, yeah, I can make a lot of them right now. I learned how to breed hundreds of them. So only thing is with the weather. Where I am in the California, summertime it gets hot. Wintertime it gets cold. So the shiners like the cold. So the summertime they start breeding. So you want to keep them in a cooler inside temperature, 78. You don't want to go over that. At 78 they start breeding for you. So when they start breeding, what I do is I take some kind of a like a empty container, put gravel inside. When they breed, you see they go inside the gravel, they dance on top of each other, their colors change, they go crazy. The colors look like a little salmon. They're so pretty and they go
Yeah, I
wild. They
saw the
start.
video. That video you put with them over the cup, and you talking about unbelievable colors, man, on a native fish.
Bro, if I show you right now, they're not breeding, their colors are unbelievable. And turn off the light on the tank, the colors are unbelievable. Only time they don't have colors when they're juveniles. So you gotta have to wait until they're little adult. You get so much enjoyment out of them. They like fast water, they like slow water. I have them in a slow water. I breed them in a slow water, meaning that there's only air filter, air bubble. But they like clean, cold water. So I have them in an auto always, planted tank, acidic soil. I use Altum Nature Concha soil. That's my favorite one because it doesn't leach a lot of ammonia, nitrate, and stuff into the water. So and they breed hundreds. Every time they breed, hundreds of eggs. So you gotta just collect the eggs, go to another tank, snail free, and take that gravel, dump it. About a week later, you see little fries swimming, but you got to keep an eye on the tank always. There's wigglers stage. After wiggler stage is swimming. So when they swim, I feed them. my favorite fry food, which is made out of New Life Spectrum. It's called Grow. You've seen it, right? It's in a little container with a blue lid on it.
Yeah.
So it's very powdery food. I take something and dip it in there and give it to them. They eat it. About a week later, baby brine shrimp, they go fast. They 2 3 months later, they'll be big enough to ship. But the shipping I heard is hard with those too. So they like more water than air. I gotta have to still try it out to see. Friend of mine tried to ship some this past year. He couldn't do not good with them. But the guy that shipped them to me, I seen how he shipped it. I might try the same way. So because
Okay.
they're cold water, you want to put a lot of water. Water small volumes get hot so fast. And so you got to be careful how to ship those things. You either put a cold pack in there if it's summertime, keep them cool. They can go down 60s, 50s, they'll be fine.
So would you suggest cold pack? You know,
If if it's
couple of cold
overnight,
packs
yes. If it's 2 3 days, cold
won't
pack's not
matter.
gonna stay for.
Okay.
If it's hot like that right now, yes, that most definitely cold pack is necessary with them. Right now, the temperature today I got in my garage 84. I have two big fans running on full blast, and I have the garage door open. And so I'll keep the garage door open all night long until I go to sleep around 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3 sometimes. I'm a
Okay.
late out. I stay up late, watch the kids, and make sure they go to the bathroom. Because I have to carry them to the bathroom and stuff.
Okay.
The boys, they can't walk. One of them is still walking. The baby is still walking, but in the future he will start. It's a type of disease they have. It's a muscle retraction, so muscles start getting harder and harder and harder and harder.
Got you. Again, like I say, man, I commend you. I commend you, brother. I commend you. God's blessings.
Sir.
Hey, question. Have you ever had any discus?
Oh yes. Oh well, I love this kid so much that I think I can't keep him anymore. Uh, I feel like I want them, but maybe in the future I'll make a whole wall just for the dedicated for the discus, and I'll do it the right way. I'll bring the RO system, the heater, and everything. They need the full correct way. Discus. So and you gotta find the right people to buy it from. I can talk good and bad about discus, and I have no right about saying bad things about them, other than I bought from bad breeders. From LFS too. I got them good and bad. So they get parasite, they stress, they go hide in the corner, they don't eat, they die, they make good. I have one bred for me. So I've been in and out with the discus, up and down, up and down. You can see some of my videos. I bred discus, but no raise the fry. They
Oh,
just
okay.
yeah. They were in
I
the community
saw
thing.
I saw discus today at Petco.
I see
I
discus all
mean,
the time. And every time I see him, it's like I look at him so like I want to take you home, but again I say in my head like, dude, you can't. That's it. Forget about it right now.
yeah. So what you say? Cause okay, the ones at Petco I know weren't in RO water. I'm gonna say they were probably um three. Let me see. They were about
What size?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were maybe four
Wow, those are big. How
about
much?
about 4 inches for $49, and they were the like the tan, brown, black stripe. They weren't the super colorful ones, but it just surprised me that I saw them there. But if you took those, could you convert them back to RO water? Would that be better for them,
No.
or the
So
fact that
if I
they were
if I
in that
want to
tap
breed
water?
them is different, and if I want to keep them as a pet is different. If I want to keep him as a pet, I will just make a nice planted sandy tanks, just sand, no dirt, nothing on the bottom, uh, and bunch of plants. Like I have a nice 55 gallon, and I would put only five in that 55 gallons. When they pair up, when they grow big and they pair up, then I have to take everybody off and leave the pair in there, or just take the pair out. And you got to feed them really good every day, two, three times. When you first scare them, I recommend to do medication like internal, some kind of, so they keep going, eating and all that. It's it all depends on where they come from. Sometimes you get lucky, you get a good discus. Sometimes you get unlucky. They come from Asia. They bring some diseases with them, and they don't make it, and they can kill other fish also in your tank.
So would you let your fry stay in that 55 gallon with the
The
parents?
parents, oh yeah, the discus would be okay in a 20 gallon with the fry for at least a month and something. So and the 55, yes, they can go for a long time. And eventually I'll take the pair out because I rather raise the fry in the 55 gallon than right now. I got a pair of Oronaco Wild Angels. I got it from a friend, which is a neighbor in the city, next city. We met at the LFS. I love going to the LFS for the same reason. I like talking to people, giving them my knowledge. And I met this gentleman. He loves to breed too, but he hasn't been able to successful. When he walked to my room, he said, "Can you make my room like yours?" What do you think? I told him, "Yes." And he's super happy. He's an older gentleman, and I said, "Yes, just I'll let you know when I have him. Just come and get the babies." And he's like, "You can keep some of the babies." I go, "Don't worry, I know. I will definitely keep some of the babies." So I'm gonna try to breed a bunch of angels for him for the future. He wants, but he doesn't want to share. I'll do a video. He wants me to take over his fish room, meaning that help him out. Get get him what I have in there, some small angels. He likes discus. He likes it all. He does have some also, and he likes the snakes like me. I have ball pythons. I got three clutches coming this year. Surprise, two of them. One of them I was expecting. Also, I have two more females they're gonna drop.
Okay. So
So
what
those are the snakes, the ball python side.
yeah,
Aqua and the balls.
what color variants you have of your ball
On what?
python?
On the ball.
The
Oh,
ball
okay.
python.
So I do like the GHI. I have some GHI combos I made this year. I got some called GHI Fire, Yellow Belly Pastel, Woma. I got some GHI Mojave Woma. I got some GHI Mojave, GHI Mojave Lesser. And there's something going on in my collection. I think
Good night, Susan.
I should not say anything about it. I have, I think, some very expensive snake that is in my collection, and I don't even know about them. This is a new gene in the hobby, but I have them for many years. You know, the snakes that they didn't just come up, the genetics, they've been in there, so they could have came in. We don't know until we found out. We bred them. If we don't breed them, we don't know. So I bred them, and I'm getting this weird looking snake. I don't show anybody. I'm not like, oh, look what I got. Oh, how much it's worth? Oh, I want. No, it's all mine. It's mine. So only time I sell it to the LFS, if he wants to sell it, I go half and half with him. Let's say I want to sell for 500, I give him 250, he takes 250, which is not a good way of doing business. But I don't want to ship the snakes, man. It's not easy on the snake, you know, unless you got the right shipper, which I need to get contact with some people. Also, um, on the shows, when you go to reptile show, to a fish show, look for people they ship for you, meaning that they have an account, big account with UPS, with FedEx. So what you do is you use their name. You They have to trust you. You can't just go ahead and anybody can get in there. So what they want you to do is make a couple boxes, ship it, see if the boxes get there, then put the live snake in there. So these people help you to go through, and they'll do it for the cheapest way for you. Like let's say a snake will cost $60 all the way to the other side of the country. The cheapest will be like to California, $30 to $40. Let's say like the FedEx the next day. So that's the way. I need to get contact so a couple of those shippers, and they ship fish. They ship through FedEx and UPS. I know they will help a lot. I know friends of mine, they go through them too. And the only thing is you need to have a scale, the boxes, the foam, and everything. And you weigh the box. You tell the shipper, you send her a fax or a message, say, this is how much my box weigh, and it's going to this address, blah, blah, blah. She'll print a label for you, send you to the email. You print that out, you stick it on the box, take it to the FedEx. It's all paid for. You pay, through your account. Very convenient. I done it one time, which I shipped to Priscilla, MKR, one snake to Colorado. Well, I did a mistake. We were excited. We didn't put a heat pack in there, and it was cold. Thank God, Priscilla knew what to do. Grabbed the snake. She grabbed it and got it warm, close to her, body, which is that's the right way to do. I didn't even think about it. I was so panicking over on this side. She's like, "Dude, the snake's not moving." I'm like, "Oh man, it's dead." I'm like, "Oh, what did I do wrong?" It was my first time. And then she goes, "No, it's moving now." I'm like, she's big now. She's all nice and eating, and she's happy.
Okay, okay. That's cool. Do you still have spiders?
I do some tarantulas. So I got Mexican red knee, fire knee. I got two females. I got one called Choco Golden Knee. I got two pumpkin tarantulas, one male, one female. And I got a bunch of striped knees, like five of those. Some of them I lost. Some boys died. Like I had a curly hair boy. They don't live long. They only live like a year and a half, 2 years max. So the boys, they don't make it after a year and a half, 2 years. The pumpkin punch, I felt so bad. I want to breed it, but I can't because it's a deadly tarantula. It's beautiful, gorgeous, and I have male and female. I wish I had a friend that knows about them. They would take him and just give it to them. They're a lot of money too, and they'll breed it and bring me some babies back. But I don't know anyone here. But somebody close, he knew, but he never like he wasn't right. Like he did. I put a video of a gentleman. He came, but he never contacted me back. He like kept. I don't know if he kept the slings for himself. He didn't hatch. He never. I seen him at the LFS. He's like, yeah, George, I got the. I'm gonna get you a lot of spiders back. He never brought it.
Uh,
Uh, so snakes, I got pastel, I got GHI, I got something called Coral Glow, I got Mojave, I got Lesser, Spider. My pastel line is really blonde, like beautiful yellows. I have some secret genetics too. What I'm talking about. So that one, I think it's called Wookie, the Wookie gene. I have the Wookie gene. I'm believing in my genetics, but I can't just say, oh, I have $1 million snake without proving it, right? So I gotta have to
right.
work on it. I bred it one time. I bred it again. I don't know if I did a mistake not breeding it again this year because the female that I bred the male to that brought me this weird snake. I hope I didn't go ahead and listen to the wife and bred another male. If I did that, I'll find out in another month because I have eggs from her. And so she's back on food. I'll give her literally a whole year break, and I'll get back on her breeding. Also, if I have neighbors, close by wanted to get in this type of project, I have some adults I want to get rid of, so I can bring my babies into the big tanks and get them bigger. I have 20 holdback snake from the past years that I'm growing them for future crazy projects. Like the color is gonna be up the hook. They already look crazy, but they're gonna be better.
Okay. So do you artificially breed them, or you actually put the male in
Oh yeah, you
and
you
they
you
breed naturally?
you have to take the male, get it. Males start breeding at 6 months. If you have them nice and healthy, well, I know a lot of people they like, who the hell is this guy know about snakes? Well, I'm the guy that has been following all the big guys in the snake hobby for many, many years. When I was a little boy, 16, 17, I was in a river catching moccasins, messing with snakes. Man, I was that hands on by myself, no friends, nobody. I was with the wild. I was in the river catching snakes. bringing him to the city, showing him my friend, my mom kicking my butt, and I keep bringing him more lizard, chameleons, any kind of lizard I can get, grab, I had them with me. So I love them always. They were in my life. It was a passion of mine. And my dad bred birds, canaries. He taught me how to feed the little baby canaries. I did have some, but the canaries are because we have mosquitoes. They get bit and they die, man. They don't make it. So I kind of don't want to kill a bunch of birds, beautiful, expensive birds, and I don't want to deal with them.
Okay, okay.
That's another thing with us. You have to have ivory for those canaries, and ivories have to have like a screen all the way around so the mosquitoes don't come in.
Oh, so you can't have them in a little cage. They got to be in the big.
Buddy, if you live in a mosquito infested city and you have birds like canaries, they get bit on their leg or the beak, and they get infected. They stop breathing. They die. They're little tiny birds. So if you want to keep them really legit, the little canaries, the one that they sing, colorful, yellow, different fins, different colors, better to have a nice room, double room, ivory with screens, so the mosquitoes don't come in. You don't want any mosquitoes or bugs coming into your room.
Gotcha, gotcha. That's interesting.
George is becoming a fish whisperer too. Also, I would have brought you some snake out to show you, but I'd be scaring many people. This is a fish channel, remember?
Oh no, they all right. They all right. Hey, all you'll be doing is showing yours. I had Gator Pool Gators on there, and he was live feeding. There was a lot of people that didn't like that.
I actually can't even touch one of my snakes today. I right now I can I'm not allowed to touch not even one of them because they all ate. Every one of them I fed earlier. Only two didn't eat. Those are the two that have eggs in them. So they're gonna be having them the next 30 days or so. They just shed it. So 25 days after shed, they'll have the eggs.
Okay.
So that's their pre-lay shed. You have to read the snakes. When you breed them, when they have to ovulate first. You see the snake fat on the back side of it, but there's no eggs. They haven't bred, so that means it's ovulating, and it's not the rat. You'll know. It's not what you fed it. The scales get bigger. They spread from each other, and that's the time to put a male with it. And usually they go on the cold side instead of by the warm side. So we have a tape running on the back of the cage on all the levels. I have a professional snake rack. So there's a heat tape in the back. The heat tapes goes around 90, 91 degree. So the snake, after they eat, they go on the back. They put their belly on the heat. They have to take a while to digest it. The heat, the enzyme in their body to break it down. After that, they 5, 6 days later, they poop it, they want to eat again. So 6 to 7 days, once a week, you have to feed them. Sometimes they get off food. Ball pythons is notorious, and don't panic. It's normal. They don't want to eat, and the only time you should panic, that means something might be wrong. Uh, Tooth broken infection, respiratory infection from not keeping a good husbandry, like clean and exact humidity for them. It can be many problems, but you gotta learn all, just like fish. Before you buy the fish, learn about it, then get it. The same thing with the snakes. So I used to keep different snakes. I learned one species, one environment, requirement better than having this one needs this requirement, this one needs this requirement. It's harder, too much going on at once. So I'm kind of just working with ball pythons right now. They're like a
Okay.
90, 80, 80, 90 humidity, heat side, and always waterable. Every 3 days I change their water. I keep my snakes healthy. Sometimes they don't eat. That's okay, but I haven't killed a snake. I don't even remember when was it the last time.
I had a adult ball pythons years and years ago, and it didn't eat from the day I bought it. And I had that snake 6 months, and it never ate. So I ended up selling it to a LFS. It was like, well, we know what to do. And I mean, at that point in time, I was like, I don't want to keep it anymore, because I don't
Where'd
want.
you get it from?
It was from LFS, just
Okay,
at a
can
pet
I
store.
explain something, Hank? So the
Yeah.
same thing. that didn't take me out of the hobby. Same thing happened to me. I went to the same LFS that I live next to many years ago. Like I remember exactly. And I tell him, he says, no, no, it wasn't me. Yeah, it was him. He sold me ball pythons. I million percent, not 100% guarantee those snakes had might. They came from Africa, from the wild. They took them right from their home. Usually that is a bad thing to do. Wild ones, they do this good at your house. They will die immediately. I would never buy a wild snake, but the best thing to do with the wild ones to take the females after pre-lay shed. They take the eggs, release the female back to the wild. Keep the eggs, incubate them, then sell those eggs. The reputable breeders in Africa, that's what they do, buddy, and that's how they make the good money, thousands of dollars. But the bad people, they just go and get the snake, put it in the pillow, and send it over. That's how it used to be. So there's something called U.S. Ark. It's a company, the big, what, like what is a piaba, right? Here we got that one that fights for the fish. This one
Yeah.
fights for the reptile. You can donate money. It's U.S. Ark. So they fight for the snakes' freedom, the lizards' freedom. So many laws out there that are stopping people from owning snakes, certain cities and countries, unless you have a special education license. So USR fights for you. And so we support USR. And I'm not trying to tell anything, but these are good guys. You know, they make sure that this stuff doesn't happen anymore. They make sure that only coming from there, the right people. So a second bad thing happened in the hobby. Some breeders they don't know what they have. I don't blame them, but they should never sell you something. Let's say I bought a GHI pastel. The guy told me, and I swear to you, the minute I got it, I looked at other GHI. I'm like, this one doesn't look GHI pastel. I didn't want to send the snake back to Florida. Came from Florida to Los Angeles. He gave me good deal on it. Not cheap, not free. So when I was a tow truck driver, I know snakes are investment. They are, but not tomorrow investment. This is long-term investment. You buy it now, 2 3 years later, 4 years later will give you back when they make those eggs, and they you can sell them to the right people, you get your money back. But again, you don't look at it that way. You love the snake, you take care of it, you clean it, you want to make babies to keep it for yourself. The ones that you don't want you can sell to the public. So that's how you look at it. Some people look at it as business, but I don't look at it as a business. Not even the fish hobby. I only want to educate myself, become a better breeder. If there's new techniques out there, I'm always gonna try it, see what works, what doesn't work. That's who I am. I want to learn. I don't know everything. I'm not a master breeder. Not even on the snakes or the fish. No, sir. I am a guy that learns. I want to learn. If you know something, even young kids, I want to learn from them. I watch and listen, and I do. I do listen. I change the way, and sometimes somebody tells you, "Hey, you're doing something wrong right there." You change it, and you see you were doing something wrong.
Just have to be able to
Open-minded,
bend
yes.
and change. Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Old dog can learn new tricks as long as he's breathing. Yeah, most definitely.
Be
Most definitely.
humble, friend.
Most definitely. Most definitely. That's cool,
Do
man.
you
That's
do
cool.
you like Cory cats?
Yes, I do. I don't have
How
any
many?
right now. I looked at
Have,
some at the store today, but I didn't get any. But yes,
I
I
wish
do.
we can ship them easily too. Those Cory cats are hard to ship. I do like them a lot. I have stir-by Cory cats. I have those green ones that long fin. Uh, they're very active, very gorgeous. They got little long fins. Also, I have the ones that look like skunk. I got some Venezuelans. I might have lost one from the disease. What else? Oh yeah, I got a lot of baby pygmy. Not the pygmy. Yeah, the pygmy corridoras. I got maybe 40 of those all around the room in the little tanks. I got 115 in there, 1 5 in there. So I like corridoras a lot. Just because they wiggle, they follow each other all over. It's cool just looking at them.
Yeah, I
But
wanted to put some pygmy cores in these 20 longs I have.
I want to just mention something about those. I think they bother the pistogrammas in the tank. I think, in my opinion, I have them as a dirter fish in my pistogramma agzizii, and I have them as a dirter fish in the pistogramma inca 50. And not this species didn't breed. And I can tell you, the tank is right, the water is right, but there's too much activity going on. The fish is everywhere and dancing everywhere. I think the other ones are stressing, so I should take them out, put something like neon tetras or some rice fish, or actually the best thing for it worked out. Cherry cherry rasbora. They're the tiny rasboras. The apisto chase them. They're fast. They can't get them, so they're not getting bit on the tail, and they are usually act like a dinner fish. So they take the attention out of the female and the babies. They go after those guys. And that one's working so far. In a
Okay.
20-gallon, I got like six rasboras and one blue eye. They're not being touched by the apisto, but I see him. He chases them, and they go away from him. He chases them, and they go away from him. There are a lot of plants also. A lot of, like, it looks like a jungle in there. That's another good thing. A lot
Okay,
of
that's
plants.
cool.
Plants I
So
love.
why is it so hard to ship corridors?
What's that?
Why is it
About
so
the bird?
hard to ship corridors?
Well, there is controversy about them. They release toxins out of their body, and supposedly they they kill each other. They even kill themselves. So there's a method to it. They call it the kick the bucket. So you're supposed to stress them. Like, literally, I don't want to do that. It's not nice to put a fish in the bucket and kick the bucket just to stress them. have Have you ever heard of that?
Not doing it like that, but I've had some corridors in transport in just a container kill some Serpent tetras that I had in a container with them. Like everything was dead. I get the way I was going. I look,
Okay.
corridor is still good. Everything else is dead. I'm like, oh man, what in the
Yeah, be
world?
careful handling. Don't touch them. They poke you. They can send you the. I'm allergic to that type of stuff. I'll be careful. So if I gonna ever net those fish, I try the long net, not to touch it. I don't want to get stung. If I get stung, I'm highly allergic to this venom stuff. I will be getting an anaphylactic shock. I have an EpiPen too, so I'll be careful. Not, certain species I can't touch.
Yeah,
Like the bee can send me to the hospital.
Jay Oliver says he knows about kicking the bucket.
Yeah, huh? Okay, Oliver. Yeah, but I would never do it. Sorry.
So after you stress them, then would they release the toxins in the bucket and
Yes,
then you take them out?
supposedly. Yeah, and then you have to put them in a new water and, like, scoop them back and put them in a new water. Man, that is so much stress on the fish. If you leave them in that water, they'll all die because they just release their toxins in them.
Yeah, they killed all my other fish. It was crazy. I was actually going to the LFS. They was expecting me. They was waiting on me to get there. Oh man. I get there and looking up. Oh no. I just turned around, went back home.
I also have mud skippers, right?
No, I didn't know.
Yes, I have them for a while. They're the African mud skippers. They get like 11, like, they're not 11-inch. They're pretty big. These guys are like big right now. Good 7 inches. No joke. So they got like the fin. They're aggressive. So there was a couple boys here. They were attacking each other. One bit another. I had to take it out, separate it, put it in its own tank. And they can't be in a lot of water. They have to be water and rocks so they can get on top of stuff and relax and, the light on top. I got them in the tank right behind with a bunch of mangroves, like a river style. They're really gorgeous species. They eat blackworms. These guys eat everything. I have like, I gave them flake food. I gave them Viva bites. I gave them blackworms, bloodworms, shrimp, midas, everything, man. Just give them anything and everything, they'll eat it. And they are also brackish water species. I do have that meter that you look through, make a brackish water. I forget the
Oh,
name.
okay.
Refractometer. There you go.
It said
I hope I said it the right way.
refractometer.
Refractometer. I have it. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. Mud skipper.
Also,
Mud
if anybody wants a good Tanzanian wild caught fish, you want to tell them what I was telling you about? The website I told you?
Yeah,
That's a good place to buy it from. The prices are right too, guys. No joke. LFS sells those Alto Lamprologes, Compressiceps and Calvis wild caught $110, $120. This guy has them for $50 around there. They're large too, extra large. So that's.
yeah. E2 Aquatics, no sponsorship, none of that, people. He just likes them. So that's why I'm just saying E2 Aquatics
I just
on
want to
Instagram.
recommend. I just want to recommend the good guys out there. I hear good things about them. They're from Maryland, their company. I talked to the guy on the phone. He answered the phone. I talked to him on the messenger. He replies back. It's really important, if you want to make a business in the future, become like those guys. If you're gonna ignore people, that's not a good business model. Don't even get yourself
No.
into habits.
Yeah, no, that's never a good thing. Never a good thing.
If the
Chubbs,
customer's
what's going
not
on?
happy, make it right for them. They'll be happy and they will say, "Hey, this guy sent me something bad, but he made it right in the end."
Right. Mad Cat, welcome, welcome.
Hello, everybody in the chat. I can't see you. Sorry, I'm just having a good day with Big Tank Tank.
Danica says he has mud skippers. You have mud skippers also? Kenny E.
Yes, Danny can definitely. I love every fish he has. I would love to keep him too. Everything he has, especially the angels he has. Amazing angels. I want to show you the mud skippers really quick, but I can't open that thing. Hold on. There you go. So this is a big 75-gallon paludarium with two doors. This is a nice big tank. And here's my mud skippers. I have black devil snails, nerite snails in here. This bunch of nerite snails. Let's see. Oh, don't. We're not jumping. We're just gonna show you off. We're not jumping, okay, guys? We're not jumping. They jump, guys. The minute I open the tank, they will jump at me. Like, oh, you see that? He just jumped at me. He thinks the camera is a food. So yeah, this is them. Very gorgeous species. We got some saltwater spots. This is them moving a lot and makes that salt everywhere. It's brackish, that's why. I have these guys about a year or more. They were half of the size when I got them. Uh, I wish I had mud. I would try to breed them, but I don't. The colors are really gorgeous. They got blue speckles, the eyes on top of their head. Look like that one creature from Super Mario Brothers, Yoshi. Just a quick look at the fish room, guys. Just to show you what I'm got over here. Got 20 gallons. They got 70-gallon right there. Got the planted tank, which that's the problem tank I'm having right now. Got a wild angel tank over there. I don't want to go near them. They're skittish. And then I got this side of the whole wall full of Tanzanians. We got salt water going on up there with some corals I need to acclimate right now. She just got them. Uh-huh. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. So we got a lot of tanks. I have Shelly tanks. This one's a beautiful Shelly tanks right here. Check it out. This is my Neolamprologus shell dwellers tank. And I don't think you ever seen Shellys like this. They don't get scared of anything. They're just like everywhere. There's all kinds of them, sizes. I mean, not all kinds, sizes of them, different sizes of them, babies from fry to adult. And then I got that wall in the back. Those are some angels, angel babies, more angel babies, angel pairs. Got that Apisto Inca 50 here. That female is super gorgeous, yellow on her. I love looking at these guys. Here's the Avatar. There's some black rams, more angels and rams growing up. And we got the famous rock stars right here, shiners. There's the Alto Lampredoges, the mandarin I was talking about. I got so much, man. I can show you all day long for another 2 hours of your stream. So, Hank, where'd you go? All right, people. This is George's channel now. We both wearing red, by the way. We matching tonight.
Yes, I told him all red everything. You know what I'm saying? Hey, superhero tonight.
Yes, I love that. Flash, I have a nice statue of him. He's running uh, from the season, actually. I got it
Okay.
with the game. So whenever I bought the GameStop game, I usually get the ones with the bundle. We get like $120. It comes with a figurine. I like those little figurines, collecting them. I'm gonna start making some with my hands, like with clay, bake 'em and stuff. I bought some clay, gotta start practice. I got some tools. One of my boys, you know, they don't go to school. These guys, man, they can't even go to school. They're homeschooled, so I gotta do stuff like that with them at home. The
Okay.
little arts and crafts. So
Got
I'm
you.
a
Got you.
I'm a creative kind of guy. I used to have back home. My job was not a driver. I was a jeweler uh, for many years. Armenians usually known for their jewelry, very well known for their diamond setting, making gold bracelet, different designs. Out of scratch, literally all handwork, all handcrafted. Very good quality stuff too. So that
Okay.
was my past job. I gave it up when I came here.
Well, you give it up because hey, come in here. Hey,
It's
look,
like
they
a
looking
hobby,
for
my
it.
friend. It's like a hobby. A
Okay.
gold left a bad taste in my mouth, so I didn't want to go back to it. It brought me to bad friends, and I didn't want to deal with it anymore. It was bad memory, and I'm like, gold is not my thing. I don't want to deal with it. I don't wear any gold chains. I don't like any watches. I never, even when I sold gold, I never uh, wear them. I never even wear nice, so I don't know people know that I was selling gold. I had to sell gold too back there.
Okay.
on a middle moped, go from store to store, show them. I worked for somebody, of course, but I got my cut. I went, showed them, had a gun with me, little age kid too. Yeah, show them. One time I got robbed, got into a fight, but stuff happens. Survived though.
That's a good thing. Oh, that's crazy. Hey, and you talking about making a figurine? Do you have molds, or you gonna
Oh, yeah.
totally freehand it?
Totally freehand sculpting, they call it. So there's basic. I kind of learned. There's so many videos out there. You gotta start with the basic, the body shape, and then put the head on it, put the hairs, and put the helmet, stuff like that. So, and then you gotta sculpt it every little piece. Sometimes you have to bake it a couple times. You gotta be careful what kind of clay you're using. Stuff can go boom on you when you're baking. Yeah, so many things. You gotta learn all about it. It's a hobby. It's another type of hobby that people follow. Also, I'm getting into saltwater, like just to keep this one tank. I'm learning a lot. There is so much interesting stuff in the saltwater. It's a totally another hobby. It feels like it to me. It's same thing, water, fish, but no, it's not. I wish it was that easy. It feels like, dude, it's like something all new. Like driving Honda Civic, all of a sudden you jump in the Tesla. You're like, how is this work? You know? It's interesting, very interesting. I like to drive the Tesla. I want to test drive it at least for one time to see how it works. Not just say it's expensive, expensive, get away from it. No, you can try it. You come here
Yeah,
one time, you are right to do it. Even if you're gonna rent it for that one time, try it, man.
right.
I'm not talking
Salt
about the
water.
real Tesla. I'm talking about anything in your dream. Like if you have big
I got you.
dreams, follow up your dreams. Uh, I like to be positive. Negativity just takes you down, down, down. Nothing better than positivity will bring you up and higher into the better
I
vibe, better.
I do agree. I do agree. Do agree.
Dude, I wish. Do you know one thing though? Okay, what interests me in the saltwater is not the fish. I don't like any of the fish in the saltwater hobby. I can't say I don't like them. I like all the clownfish. There's so many different colors also. The clownfish has like I've seen so far in my life has 5 different varieties of them. From $100 to $15 ones like that. That's affordable. They're gorgeous, different colors and stuff. But what interests me in the saltwater is the corals. Also, when you get into the coral reefs, man, you think you're gonna learn in one day. No, I wish. So there's certain corals can't go with certain ones. So difficult, and you want to learn all at once. It's not possible. So you gotta like focus on it. Pay your attention, like a whole new thing. So certain corals sting each other, right? You can't put them with certain ones. You gotta learn, and then you gotta put the stingy ones up higher. The ones they like light less. So it's all different. Sky's the limit. So much fun in that hobby. I recommend every freshwater at least to try it one time. Try the corals, guys. It's so much fun. And the colors on the corals, so vibrant. The neon, it's like some people, they put it in the movies. They take hallucination mushrooms to see colors. You don't need that.
Psychedelics.
You look at the coral reef tank, you think you're on psychedelics. It is so gorgeous. They look so. There is actual mushrooms in there. There's like one called rock anemone, flowers. Man, I can't imagine. God created all this, but how different they are, all of them from each other, and every one grows in a different water environment. I'm in love with them. I'm not joking. I'm hooked to those corals. Definitely hooked. I will in the future at least do a big 60-gallon coral tank, minimum 60 gallon.
So is
That
it
would be
harder? Because I know this says it's harder per se with a small tank, a small saltwater tank, because keeping the salt parameters, but the salinity. But would it be harder to have a 10-gallon coral tank as opposed to a 10-gallon with
Nano,
fish, with
they
saltwater fish?
nano, yeah, nano is anywhere from 40 gallon, like anywhere lower than 40 gallon in the salt water, they call it nano. So yeah, uh, I don't know about hard or easy. I'm just getting into this. Everybody's saying it's hard. Somebody's saying it's easy. You don't know until you try it, man.
Oh,
Everything
definitely.
like that. You don't know until you try it. My amazing
Ooh-wee.
Mediterranean food, I tell you, is so good. Try it. You don't know if it's good or not until you try it. I make good barbecues, by the way. And I don't know if I should say it right now, but I'm thinking not to go live on my usual time I was going for one reason, because it's family time for me. I spend that time like usually this time is eating dinner time with the kids and the family. It's late for me, I know, but we don't sleep till late. I usually eat around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and only that's it. And
Okay.
so
Well, it's time to go right now, though.
that's, yeah, it's time for me to go inside
Yeah,
and
it's time. Hey, we done went 16 minutes over. You were giving information. I wasn't gonna interrupt you, but I'm glad you said that. So that means I don't want you to think I was holding you on.
yeah,
Yeah, man, go.
we're good.
Yeah, be with your family, dude. Be with your family. We made the hour. We did that. I mean, me just coming on is good enough for me. If we only did 30 minutes, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was wonderful, bro. Good little old time. I ate the tank tours. I know that was off the hook for everybody.
My
Man,
pleasure.
hey, appreciate you, appreciate you.
Thank you for having me up here. Thank you,
Okay.
everybody, for following us. Much love for all the fish fam, and
Yes.
nothing but positivity here.
Thank y'all for coming through, sitting with us, spending this little time, listening to us chop it up with a little fish talk. Thank y'all very, very much. Love somebody and take care of those fish. And we out. Peace.